Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Belinda here from Visualized NZ, and I'm so excited to be starting a new project. So if you haven't caught up with it, I finished the Playful Days journal yesterday. So super happy with it. I'll be doing a flip through of that very soon. But yes, time for a new project, and I've had this kit for a few months and I really love it. It's a horse themed one, and I'm horse crazy. I'll just be honest, completely upfront, I am horse crazy. Always have been, always will be. Love horses. So it's a little bit surprising that it's taken me this long to actually do a horse themed journal. But I am going to do one now, and I am going to call it Cowgirls Lace, to give you an idea of where I'm going with it. So the digital kit I'm working with is, I can't remember the name of it. That's a really good start, but it does come from the Junk Journal Studio. So I'll try and link that in the description box. It's got a really American West vibe to it. So when I was going through all my supplies, it was like, that's not gelling with the Western sort of vibe. So that could be a bit interesting. I might have to top up some bits here and there where I thought I had plenty of horse stuff. A lot of it's not Western, it's other horse related, like English, hunting and that sort of thing. So I've got my project bin here. Hopefully that's not too up in your face. And this is all ephemera from the same kit. Some fussy cuts here in this section. And here I've got small fussy cuts like tickets, labels, page tabs, and I did spend quite a few hours, days actually, cutting this out, and I cut it out when I was at hubby's work. So I'm sorry I haven't got like the sheets of it to show you. And then down here, all nicely curled because it's been cut out for a while, pieces from the kit that are pockets, journal cards, and other larger bits and pieces. There's some definitions, all sorts of goodies to work with in this journal. So that's the project bin, which is all cut out. So let's have a look at the pages. I haven't printed out all the pages from the kit. I've just printed out what I needed, and then I had a few misprints. My print was misbehaving at one point because I tried to feed the paper back through to print the other side while the ink was still wet, which means the paper is soft, and so it doesn't feed very well, and it ended up jamming. And then the next couple I ran through just had issues, and it was a bit of a nightmare. So anyway, this is one page which I have already pre-folded. I was folding them last night and I thought, hang on, I need to do it on video so that you get to see. So this page I am going to go with as the middle of my signature, and I've backed it with a lace texture image that came from Weathered Textures. So I'll try and remember to link these people. Weathered Textures, and I've used this on a number of the backs. This is another page from the kit, and again with a different lace background. I think there's like 6 or 7 different lace ones in the kit, and Weathered Textures has super affordable printables. So this one's going to be in the middle. I'm not worrying about the order at the moment. I do know this one's going to be in the middle. So this is another page, really cool little horse, beautiful textured sort of rusty background, and this wagon wheel detail, and with a different lace on the back. Now this is one of the ones I had an issue with. It's the last one I printed out, and I didn't realize it had an issue until I was cutting it out, and it fed through the printer crooked. So I've got white strips. I'm just going to go ahead and fold it. And out of the 3 that I've got that are misprinted, I'm going to choose the one that I think will work the best. And then I can find ways of dealing with the issues, whichever one I go with the issues that it has. So there's that one with issues. So I'm just going to set that aside. Then there's this one, which is really cool with these beautiful horses and a nice big wagon wheel. And on the back, this is another page from the kit. So it's got like beautiful writing space here with these leather bits. I don't know what you call them, labels or something at the top. So I actually could do that in the middle. Which way around do I want it? No, I'm going to... actually, no. I'm going to put this in the middle, I think. I think I'll change my mind on what I was going to put in the middle. Why not? We can change our mind. So, no, that's my problem one. So let's change this around so it can go in signature that way. And this one can go in the middle because I just think that's really cool. Very, very cool. Like that. Nice. Hey, then this beautiful one of the 3 horses again would make a really nice middle signature page, but I've already taken that spot. And this is backed with one of my digitals that I'm currently working on, so that's not available yet. I really need to get cracking on it, and I just thought a couple of the pages that I've done that I'm working on would suit this, the vibe of this particular horse kit. So that one might be the first page, I think, in this signature. I think that would work really well as the first page and the last. Yeah, let's go with that. And then this fun one is backed with another one of my digitals I'm working on in that same kit as the other one. Sort of got a country vibe to those particular ones that I chose to put on the back, and the colours I thought work. Okay, so this one can just pop in somewhere. Put it there for now. Now these other 2 are the ones that I had issues with. So again, the same one here as I've got here, and this is the one with the white where it printed incorrectly or went through the printer incorrectly. This one has got lines, green lines through it. It's not too bad, like, you know, it would possibly be okay, but I'm just not sure that I want that because I know it's wrong. I'm not sure that I want that in this journal. And then this one is another collage style page, and this one just printed with a little bit of a purple and blue strip along here. I don't know, random. So this one I think I can easily cut into bits for collage, or I could cut out the little bits and use them for decoration. This one I'm really not that happy with the way that printed, so I can use the front of it for collage, and even bits of the back I could use for collage and something. So I think I'm going to leave those for collage or decoration or whatever and go with this one. And I just means I need to find a way to disguise this where it's printed wrong. And that's not too difficult. A bit of lace or something, a bit of washi tape, or a pocket or a something. I'm sure I will work out a way. So I'm going to go with this one. And I'm going to pop it in here somewhere. Maybe in here. Right. So I think there's 6 here. Let's have a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 pages. So I need another 10 because I want to put 16 in this journal. So I've grabbed out a few eco-dyed and coffee-dyed pages, so let's fold those up. This is an eco-dyed one. It's got a little tatty where I tore it out of the pad that it was in. That's alright. Don't mind a little bit of tatty out on the farm. or out on the range if I'm going sort of with the American West-ish theme. Right, so that can be 7. This is another eco dyed page, but a different batch, so it's got different colours in it. It's a bit more grungier, or I should say a bit grungier. Don't need the more in there if I'm saying grungier. Right. And then these ones, okay, this one is bigger than A4, it's a full scat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it slightly shorter or narrower than an A4 on this side, because I like having different size pages. Okay, so that's that side, and then I'm just going to pop an A4 folded in half, and I'm going to turn this one into a little flip out, and I might end up gluing it down into a tuck, but it gives me options. And then I want it towards the inside. Oh, isn't that yummy coffee dyeing? Oh, yum. Love it. So I prefer mostly to have them on the inside rather than on the back. So that's another page. Slightly different size, which is fun. And I've got this bit of, I think this one's actually tea dyed. And it's a A3, I think. A3 bit of paper, so I need to trim this in half because it's way too big for the journal, and I can get 2 more sheets out of this. So yeah, let me know if you're a horse person. I just adore horses. I spent every birthday and Christmas when I was a little girl, on my birthday and at Christmas, the first thing I'd do upon waking up would be to rush to the lounge window and have a look and see if there was a horse tied up under the plum tree for my birthday. Bearing in mind we lived, or I still live, in the same township. It's a small rural township, but we lived in a residential section, just a normal quarter-acre section with house and garage and outbuildings and a little bit of a garden and a front lawn and a back lawn, and that's it. You know, little girls can dream, and I certainly dreamed, and I was always disappointed. There was never a horse tied up under the plum tree. It's so sad, isn't it? Little girl dreams that never came to pass. Right, so now I can fold this, and there's little chinks out of it. I think that just adds to the character of essentially that these journals are in the junk journal family. Now they're by no means junk, but they are in that family, so you know, a little bit of tattiness here and there just adds to the overall appeal of them. Well, I believe. And you never know, those little bits might actually end up being covered up with a bit of lace or something, because I want to use quite a bit of lace in this journal to go with the Cowgirls and Lace theme. Okay, so we had 6 pages here. So this will be 7. 8. 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so we need 5 more pages for our wee journal. Looking good so far. Okay, so I'm not sure whether I've got enough for those 5 pages, but let's have a look at what I did grab out. So I've got some music. I have got, oh, I'm going to end up with an avalanche, hang on. I've got some vintage lined paper. It's a yummy sort of creamy colour. Now I grabbed out these, and I'm not sure which one I want to go with. So there's a long brown envelope, or there's this brown paper bag. It's almost like a glassine. Oh, and it's got a note on the back. Oh, that's from quite a while ago. I got this in Happy Mail. I didn't realise there was still her note on the back of it. I've got a couple of plain, sorry, I was turned away, a couple of plain copy paper pages in colour. I've got a vintage book page, which is like still attached, although it's almost detached because where I pulled it out of the strings, there's not much holding it together. And then I've got this little bit sort of diary note thing, which might be fun just as a little page tucked in. So I might, and I don't know that I'll actually count this as one of the pages because it's just a little decorative sort of interesting little bit. So perhaps if we put that towards the middle, maybe in here, like that. Actually, I could put two of those back to back and then I wouldn't have the white on the back, but I'll think about that. So I'm thinking a bit of colour would be nice. So let's go. So I've got a orange and a pastel pink. Well, this is an orangey yellow kind of colour. So I think that will work okay in here. And I think a little bit of pink is not bad either. No, it kind of works with, I think it works. I can always switch it out before I end up sewing it in anyway, if I decide it's not gelling. But let's go with it for now. So that's 3. Definitely want some of this vintage lined paper. I'm almost out of it actually. When I grabbed this piece out, I was like, oh, there's not many left in the book that I've been tearing it out of. So let's see where we want to. So I'm going to make it just slightly shorter so that I can cut along one of the lines, because that just makes life easier. Right, so let's trim that down and leaves me a nice bit for backing things or whatever else. It's another reason I like these. Okay, and I also need to trim the width of it because it's way too wide. And I get even more bits to play with in my ephemera. Yeah, another reason I love this book is because it gives me offcuts that are great to use. Just love the colour of the paper. It's very vintagey. Right, here we go. Sorry, that was quite loud, wasn't it? So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's go with music. Or do we want bag? Kind of thinking more of the envelope. It's quite a thick envelope, very sturdy. Oops, trying to fold it straight is another matter. It's almost like it's not glued straight. I don't think it is glued straight. I don't think it is actually a straight envelope. Funny. Right, maybe that's why it was thrown out, never used. Because they're kind of a bit funky. But that's alright. Perfect for a journal. And it's going to be on either side of signature, so you're not going to see that they don't actually line up properly. It'll be fine. So let's go. That's number 4. Now I do want to do one of the hinged book page things. I'm just going to tear this since it's almost detached anyway. There's not a whole heck of a lot keeping it together. I chose this route because it says Farmer Weatherbeard. I know, and it does talk about a great black horse. So I'm going to use that page. And I want to hinge it in the style of Rachel from Roxy Creations. She does these really cool hinged book pages, and I have done them before. I think I've done them on camera. This is too tall. So do I want to cut the bottom or the top? Doesn't really matter, does it? Let's cut the bottom off. So I want to do one of the hinged pages for this journal anyway, to finish what I was saying. And so I think this will be the final page that I need. Yeah, I opened the knife down away from the camera, so hopefully it wasn't so loud for you. It didn't quite cut through. Just right at the edge of the craft mat here, the cutting mat. I don't want to run off it and dull my blade. Oh, need to move it up a little bit. There we go. Stamping strips, yay! Right, so, and I only want one half of this. So, take this front bit, as good as any. Right, so those will get hinged together, and then I might cut this down a bit more, or I might just leave it as a big open flap, but that's a project in itself, so I'm going to pop that aside because I don't think I will be able to fit that in this video as well. I don't know, maybe we will. Maybe I can make a start on it. So let's pop in these pages. Where might we like? Maybe the orange one in here. Although, yep, no, that's fine. Fine there. So this pinky one. Just having a look at the colours in the pages. Perhaps in here. Yep, I think that looks fine. Our lined bit. Let's go in here. And our paper bag. So I'll need to cover up the writing on there. Maybe we put that here as well by our orange page. And I'll probably open that up. See, you can see it's not straight. It's really weird. That one's straight, but this bit's not straight. So if I trim that off, then it'll be fine. You won't even know. So that's that. And then our book page can tuck in there somewhere else as well. So that's basically the signature. Now for the cover. I was thinking about this journal last night and, you know, printing out the pages and everything. I was like, what am I going to do for the cover? And then this morning I had my idea and I was like, I know what I'm going to do. Or what I hope to do. I've never done this before. So a while back, if you're familiar with my channel, I talked about this pile of vinyl offcuts that I got given by a local upholsterer. And I haven't used any of it yet. And I think this is a perfect journal to try out my hand at sewing this vinyl. Now he assures me that a regular sewing machine is perfectly fine. It will cope with it. I'm a little bit scared though, because it's, you know, it's relatively thick. and I've got to work out what I'm going to do on the inside, and possibly fabric to cover the inside. I'm really not sure, but I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to use this lovely piece of chocolate brown vinyl to make the cover out of. I hope it works, but I think it would be super cool. So it will be a soft cover journal, and then I'll have to work out something really cool for the closure, because I think, yeah, just to really amp up that that sort of horsey vibe, I think would be super cool. So maybe a buckle or something might be really nice if I can work out how to do it, because I'm venturing into territory that I haven't done before. So I will trim down all these pages so that they sit nicely, but I will worry about that once I've got it all done. So I think I'm going to start on this page and get this going, and I think I want to use my vintage ticket washi tape because the brownie vintagey vibe I think works. I did want to show you, before I go on with that, I've got printables from another kit that is no longer available. This was from Antique Papery, and it's been retired, so as I said, you can't get it anymore. But there are heaps of other Kentucky Derby themed kits available on Etsy, and while, you know, some of these images are definitely not the American West vibe, they're definitely English, there are some images here that will work perfectly well. So I printed that off, and this is just some of the ephemera. I didn't print the pages because the pages definitely don't suit this this American West vibe, but I thought these ones I can use. I've probably got enough in the kit from the Junk Journal Studio, because her kits are huge, like there's lots of material. But you know, sometimes you just want something different to play with, so I printed them out just in case. Okay, so I've shown you that now. I can stop blabbering on, and I'm going to hinge these with some washi tape. And oops, I should have gone right to the end, but never mind, I didn't. There we go. And on this side as well. I love this washi tape so much. I'm going to be sad when I use it up. I've been hoarding it and sort of not using it so much because I love it, but that's a bit pointless. So I'm trying just to use it, enjoy it, and the use of it, not just sitting in a roll in my container of washi tape. Because yeah, how dumb. But I do that so often. I get things and then it's like, oh, I like it, I can't use it. Right. Now I could go with this on the front and this inside, or I could go with this on the front and then this inside. Thinking I want this on the front. It feels more natural to me to have this on the front, so the smaller book page, and then have this one flipping in. So let's make sure we don't make it too wide for our journal. So it needs to be no further out than this top page. Actually, I might even trim that top page down just a little bit, because otherwise it could be too wide for the journal. So let's give that a trim, because I don't want to end up slicing a bit off to make it fit the journal and then actually end up cutting off my fold-in bit. That would be very unfortunate. I think that looks about straight. So just a bit off. And then I can fold this one into that, and it's not going to be sticking out too far. There we go. And I need to trim that down too because it folds in too far. So give that a trim as well. And I'm going to take a generous amount off, I think. There we go. There we go, that folds in nicely. We've still got a bit of space to open it up. And this will be our front one. Awesome. So there's a good base. How are we going for time-wise? Oh, we've got heaps of time. Let's do a bit of work on it, shall we? Oops, I don't know that I've folded that straight. So let's fix that first. There we go. Good as gold. Okay, now do I want to turn this actually into a little tuck? Could turn it into a tuck or pocket, side pocket, like that. Or I could just do it as writing space with a pocket on the inside. I'm thinking pocket on the inside. It's all these fun decisions you get to make. I love it. I really love it, you know, taking time to decide how I want to deal with it. So what am I going to use to make this? I'm thinking a bit of scrapbook paper. So I've just got this one sitting down beside me. This kind of might work okay. It's a floral, but it's, you know, it's got the right sort of colours in it. Could go green. Not feeling the green so much. There is a brown one here, wood grain, which totally works with the horsey vibe. And then this brown one here. This is a Grace Taylor scrapbook pad, 12 by 12, and it's called Blossom. I have no idea. Denim would go as well. No idea if it's still available or not. But that's, oh, I don't know. What one do I want to go with? I might go with this first one that I saw, because, you know, it's a horsey one, but with the lace, because I want to incorporate lace, it's also a bit feminine. I want to have it a bit, not exactly girly, but, you know, just because you're in horses doesn't mean that you don't like pretty things, does it? Because horses, let's face it, horses are so pretty. They are gorgeous, gorgeous creatures. So I want to cut it there. And how wide do I want my pocket? That's the fold line. So let's go about there. I can always trim it down a bit more. Actually, I might want to do it wider so I can just tuck in a little edge. Maybe. I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along. Yeah, I'm going to take just a bit more than what I was going to. Oops, roll the other way because I can't see the lines on my cutting mat at the top, so I'll just line the edge of the ruler up with my line here at the bottom and pray that it's straight. Okay, so I need to go all the way up to there. So yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. I don't even know if I said that before or not. I've just kind of been so eager to get going on this project, I kind of just jumped in. So, very rude. How are you all? I hope this video is finding you well and happy and having a chance to get in your craft space, wherever that might be, and have a play. And, you know, maybe that is playing along with me as I chitter-chatter my way through this. Okay, do I need to reinforce that or not? I could just pop a strip. Actually, I've got this strip of music paper that I took off. So let's just pop that on because it's almost the right size. I did make the pocket slightly shorter, which is fine. So let's just pop that on and reinforce that edge because it's slightly thinner than the scrapbook paper, so it's not going to bulk up the edge too much, but it will just help reinforce so it's not going to rip with putting something in and out of the pocket. So yes, very excited to be onto a new project. Hopefully it won't take me as long as the last one. But I'm on a mission this year to make stuff, like not just play around making ephemera, although I still need to do that, and I'll still be doing sort of like ephemera based videos, absolutely. Need to do that, but I hope to concentrate on getting some actual journals done and out in the big wide world, because otherwise, why? You know, can't just keep making journals and have them sit around not being used. I mean, they deserve to be used. They deserve to have a home, deserve to be loved and filled up with all sorts of goodness, whether it's memories, photos, art, all of the above. That's what they're for. Right, give this an ink up before I stick it down. And vintage photo distress ink, definitely going to go very well with this horsey theme. You would have seen a lot of brown in those pages, so this is just going to suit it beautifully. Actually, I could even use my my new one that my lovely friend Lydia sent me, the aged mahogany. But I've already started now, so I guess it's vintage photo for this. Or I could do vintage photo for this one and then use aged mahogany for the rest of it. I'm sure that would be fine. Okay, let's pop that down. Unplug the glue. Oh, gluing is serious business, you know. You can't talk and glue at the same time. Right. Or indeed, even place down your piece while you're talking. I'm just really enjoying this, and so please forgive me if I get lost at times just concentrating on what I'm doing and enjoying what I'm doing. That's typically when I go quiet, is because I'm just reveling in the whole thing. I think I need a sip of my coffee. It's probably half cold now. Let's go 3/4 cold. It's got a slight hint of heat. Beer hint of heat there. Okay, so that's cool. So we can make something to put in there at some stage. So what do we want here? What have we got in the ephemera? Actually, let's look in my tub of bits. So I want the bigger bits. Let's see if we can pull out some bits and pieces. I love this. I actually printed out a copy of that to put in my personal journal because I love it. It's super cool. Oh, there's some postcards. Quite fun. Oh, this is a nice colourful bit of denim-y sort of inspired. There's a wood green one. There's this patterned piece. This is some of the ones that I printed out twice. Got this fun bit. Let's see what we can do with these bits. Have a play. So that's too wide for this bit, but actually something like that might be quite fun. So you've got a bit of writing space here. We're still getting some of that music paper detail in the back, and then we've got this fun image. And then I'm thinking some other little bits and pieces. Okay, so do I like the wood grain? I think this is a little harder to write on because it's darker. You could totally write on it with a black pen. Still. Actually, I do like that. I do. And we could pop a... No, too big. Fiddling around with the fussy cuts I've got here out of the kit. No, it's not floating my boat. Grabbing a handful of these other little bits, but maybe a little ticket or something somewhere. Got some words. Okay, so enough fiddling around. Let's make a decision. Pop aside the ones that I'm not putting down, and then we can play with the little pieces, what we might like to go with it. So I think I'm going to ink around this as well. A little bit trickier because it's all being curled up, but being glued down is going to fix that. It won't be a problem. So this can totally be written on. It just requires like a black pen. I think I might use tacky glue for this as well. Fighting the curl. I might put it right against that edge. I wasn't going to, but I think I will. It's going to reinforce that edge with being handled, opened and shut. It's got the pocket on the other side, but it just makes it nice and sturdy. Okay, again with the ink around this one. It's got a black border, so not terribly critical, but just in case I've left any little bits of white from cutting it out. And this is just on copy paper. I will glue stick this one. I tend to print the actual pages on presentation paper because it's a bit heavier and it's got a really nice smooth feel. It's beautiful to write on. And then the bits that I layer up I tend to print on just regular copy paper. because they don't need to be the heaviness. And then things that I think I might use like as a journal card in its own right, then I'll print that on presentation paper as well. Right, so I like that. So what might we like? We've got this cute little free rides ticket. Got some banners. No, don't want a banner. Well, not that banner anyway. No, banners aren't doing it for me on this arrangement. Oh, we've got a "This Book Belongs To" plate. Well, we need to put that in the beginning, don't we? It'll be fun. Oh, there's a little film strip. See, it's so long since I actually cut these out that I can't remember what's here and what's not. Oh, I like that. It's one of those leather riveted labels. And then, do we want to put horse lover? Okay, sort of bringing it together. How about a number? Just thinking about grouping a few little items. So this number. I like the idea of the shape though. Bring in, hope you can see that my hand's not in the way. Bring in some different shape. And I'm just playing here, people. Playing around. Such fun. No, that's another number, so I don't want two numbers. Grab out another handful of bits here. We've got a round number. Go with round number instead. It's got red in it, which is quite nice because it picks up the red in this. So maybe we'll go with red number. There's even some file tab bits. You might be able to put one of those on the edge, so for opening up. Giddy up. Can you tell I'm having fun? Wild and free. But if we put a word down here, we don't really want another word, do we? No, we don't. Well, this is pretty. It's a little, like a cameo of horse heads. No, just want something little, I think. Maybe what I need is actually a stamp. And there is, I think there's a couple of stamps in here, but I've got this one that I was just left sitting in my project bin. Yes, I like that. Yay, I finally found it. Found what I wanted. So I haven't cut all the little bits out of the stamp, so I'm just going to ink it up. And that'll do. I just, quite honestly, can't be bothered taking all those little pieces out, and they're way too little for any of my hole punches to do it for me. So, ink to the rescue. So we're covering up quite a bit of the music, but that's okay. We've got little peeks of it through. So lots of fun working with these bits and pieces. I think the kit's been beautifully put together. Lots of fun things to play with. Whoops, don't fall over, glue stick. And around our wee words that say horse lover. That's me, I'm a horse lover. Right, pop that down here. I'm loving this layered look. I think that's super fun. And I'm thinking, do I want to put this little tab bit here, and there's 2 of them, so I can put them back to back, make it nice and strong. Or there are some whale tails, so this is the same type of pattern, denim. There's another one. Some of these I printed multiple copies off. I thought there was more in a different pattern, but maybe not. Maybe not. No, so it's a whale tail, one of those whale tails, or this file tab. Or, sorry, I was just grabbing one of these whale tails from Artzology, because I'm not sure that I want to have the same colour sort of, when it kind of works. Well, it does work. I'm not sure that I want it to look the same, if you know what I mean. Am I making sense? This one's quite neutrally. This one, yep, let's go with this one. So these are from Artzology. And there's so many pages of these in the kit from Artzology, and they've all got different backgrounds, so you get lots of colour options. It's a brilliant set. I have to clean up on my desk after this. Everything started off reasonably tidy, and then as usual just pull this out, pull that out, and it just ends up getting stacked or flung around while I'm videoing. Just trim a little bit off there where I can see the white, where it's not matched up completely perfectly. Now it's good as gold, so that doesn't interfere with the pocket at all here. It's, you know, it doesn't affect it at all. So there we've got our little tab, and we've got writing space, but if somebody doesn't want to write on it, then it's also decorative. And some elements. Oh, stick down. Why aren't you sticking down? Maybe I just didn't press it well enough. Right, another sip of my cold coffee, I'm sure now. Check of the time. Oh, okay, it's about time that we were done. So I need to do something with this bit, something with this bit, but I do want to leave some of this text that talks about horse, and it's got mentions throughout that, so I think this has got less talk, so I can, you know, pretty much cover that and be happy, but I want to make sure I leave some of this text. So yeah, so I'm going to call it a video for today. So this is the beautiful horse kit, which I can't remember the name of. I will try and link it in the description box. The creator is the Junk Journal Studio. We've got the one whale tail tab from Artzology, and then the other kit, which I'm going to possibly use bits of, which is no longer available, but that is from Antique Papery. So there we go. I hope you're enjoying so far this project. I am already loving it. There's nothing like starting a new project to just get your whole creative vibes going, and super excited. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope you stick around to enjoy the rest of the journey with me. Take care everybody, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.